Hello, everyone. Our stats project is on exploring biases in music rankings, or more specifically, how genre and artist gender influence Billboard success. Our project investigates whether factors like genre and artist gender influence an album's longevity on the Billboard, a chart of the 200 most popular albums in the US for a given week. Our motivation for this research is to understand and address inequities in music rankings. Our overall question is if Billboard success is influenced by factors like genre or artist gender. We examine how cultural and industry dynamics affect visibility and success for different artists. This is important because popularity metrics like Billboard hold significant power. They guide listeners, influence industry trends, and even shape artists' legacies. If biases exist, they could perpetuate inequities in who gets recognized and celebrated.
Our data comes from Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list, which was released in 3 different years. Each album in the dataset includes important variables that help us explore our research question, like genre, artist gender, and weeks on Billboard. We use weeks on Billboard to quantify the album's popularity amongst the general public. This will allow us to confirm or deny our hypothesis that albums and genres like punk or rock by male artists will spend more weeks on Billboard. Our null hypothesis, in turn, is that genre and gender play little to no effect on Billboard popularity. The graph here demonstrates that the Rolling Stones list have different proportions of genres by gender. But this points to a question of whether genre and gender together could predict popularity.
In our exploratory data analysis, we visualize rank and weeks on box plots since they both represent significant measures of popularity that were used to guide subsequent methodology and analysis. Side-by-side box plots highlight how female and male artists have been ranked in Rolling Stone's album lists over the 3 editions. As a whole, the rankings for both male and female artists showed little change across editions, with albums of female artists ranking consistently worse than males. Overall, this shows little to no observable change. So we chose to focus on the weeks on Billboard of the albums because we felt that the ranks represent the opinions of a small group of critics rather than the general consumption of an album by the public. The line graph compares how many weeks albums by male and female artists stayed on Billboard charts based on release year. Male artists consistently had more weeks on the charts. However, female artists had a few spikes in success, with an overall increase in success. Both groups had significant improvements after the year 2000. The greater fluctuation of female artist popularity might reflect fewer album releases by female artists.
We use linear regression to investigate whether artist gender or genre could predict the number of weeks an album spends on Billboard. The results showed very weak correlations, as indicated by the low R-squared values. For artist gender alone, the R-squared is only 0.0091, meaning it has no significant association with Billboard longevity. Similarly, using genre as the predictor gave an R-squared of 0.0636, indicating genre is also a poor predictor. We then created an interactive model combining gender and genre, which slightly improved the R-squared to 0.1134, but this is still far from meaningful in our analysis. The bar chart on the right classifies albums as popular or not popular based on their Billboard longevity. It shows that both male and female artists have roughly equal proportions of popular albums, further reinforcing the weak relationship between gender and album success.
Based on our visualizations and modeling, we did not find any clear relationships between gender, genre, and album popularity. For instance, when we compared the median weeks on Billboard for male and female artists, in most genres, the interquartile ranges overlap. This further concludes that there aren't significant differences in popularity between genres. However, there are exceptions to this, like in the Latin genre, where the non-overlapping interquartile range may indicate significant gender differences, but male artists tend to dominate genres based on the number of albums on the Rolling Stone list. So these gender differences may be due to the small sample sizes of female artists. Overall, we do not have enough evidence to support our hypothesis, and in turn, we failed to reject the null hypothesis.
Overall analysis revealed that neither gender nor genre strongly predicts how long an album stays on the Billboard charts, as indicated by the low R-squared values and the exploratory visualizations. This suggests that other factors such as market dynamics, release frequency, or race may play a bigger role in success. Future investigations should consider these additional predictors and address gender imbalances in the Rolling Stone lists. Exploring historical and cultural influences could shed light on how gender impacts perceptions of artistic merit and therefore album popularity. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.